Good afternoon. I wanted to take a quick moment and hop on with you, um, friends and family and ministry associates, and just address a very sensitive topic. So, this is your trauma warning. If you've ever been a victim of sexual assault, but more specifically, a victim of sexual assault at the hands of a pastor or a ministry leader, um, we as a team uh, have ministered to quite a few people dealing with different varying levels of that kind of trauma right now in their lives. And uh, I just wanted to share you the first time I experienced that with a close friend was about 30 years ago at the hands of a pastor. And I was stuck in a position visiting them in the mental hospital when everything fell apart. And trying to piece it together, and unfortunately over the years, um, it's not as uncommon as I wished it would be, but our team have been working with and are associated with a good friend that I've known for decades and decades, and I knew her in ministry prior to trauma events that occurred. And she's at a position in her life with her family and children and husband that all this has come to the surface and is focus and is coming out. And part of the process walking through is I encouraged her. We've been sitting, and I encouraged her just to write a letter to her accuser because she didn't have the words. She didn't have the language yet. She didn't have the tools she needed to even recognize the levels and the depths, and it takes seasons, guys. It's hard. And so she wrote this letter to her accuser, just brainstorming, just threw it out there with the intent that we were going to burn it and just, stage one, phase one, just getting the words, getting the language. And when she read it to me, I didn't just see her, because I see her, but I heard her. And I heard her voice in that letter. And it struck me so deeply that the Lord had anointed her voice in that letter to give voice to that trauma in her life and the raw feelings that she's experiencing right now and what she's walking through. And I just positioned it to her. I said, is there something more or different we can do with this that can minister to the body of Christ? And I set that at her feet and with her husband and our team and our board. And we've sat with it for a week, and we've just prayed over it and everything. And we have felt the weight of this thing so heavy. All of us are feeling it. And just have got all the way around 100% go. So I have not edited this letter. I have not touched this letter. I had her and meet with another associate of ours and go through just grammatical stuff, because I didn't want it ever said that I touched it or I did anything to it. So they finished it up and they've sent it to me, and I have a copy of the letter, and I'm going to post that letter either in the comments or in the description of the video for you to read. I just want to encourage you, first of all. It's raw. It's just what was coming out of her heart for the first time for her to vocalize what happened years ago. But I think it'll minister to a lot of women and help you have words, help you have a voice. You deserve to be heard. You deserve justice, but you deserve to have people come alongside you and see you and hear you. And you will not let the enemy rob you of the destiny of your life. This woman has a call of God on her life, and she is a firebrand, and she's the last person you'd ever expect something like this to happen to, and happen to long term. and that's her biggest enemy, and you'll hear in her own voice. Um, but the enemy goes after those leaders. He goes after those ones that he wants to cripple. And what I'm saying is, watch out. Because this next move of God is the women are getting their voice back. And I'm not into this women movement and all this other stuff, but what I'm saying is those who have sat on the end of abuse, and this is men and women, we know this across many denominations, that have sat on the other end of abuse at the hands of spiritual leaders, which is a whole nother level of abuse on top of assault. It's time. It's time. And so I just encourage you, if you have experienced this, or you know someone, or any level of this will speak to you if you've experienced it, share this with someone you love that's going through it. Use wisdom, right? Because it does unearth things in you, in your soul, and you feel it. But it's time that these women aren't silenced any longer. It's time that they have a voice and that they're heard. And so it's with a heavy heart that I have the opportunity to share with you her story. This is just part one. And for now, it was my advice that she stay anonymous just for a season to protect her own heart and her own family and everything else while she's working through. I need her feet back to a solid place. But this is her story. And I respectfully submit to you, a woman in pain, and her voice, and that she will succeed. She will be whole, and she will do what God has called her to do. Be blessed today, and remember, you don't know what people are hiding. You don't know what story. We all have one. You don't know what trauma people are walking in. So hold each other loosely and softly and give tons of grace. Have a great day.